If you enjoy this podcast, then be sure to check out Farm Small, Farm Smart Daily, where you can get your daily dose of farm wisdom. Tune in every day to learn the latest tips, tricks, and stories from the world of farming. Whether you're a seasoned farmer or just getting started, our podcast has something for everyone. Join us as we explore topics like farm business, crop planning, soil management, and tools and technology. Start your day off right with Farm Small, Farm Smart Daily, available on all major podcast platforms. Don't miss out. Subscribe today. Yeah, no, let's do that. More established growers, where do they run into struggles when it comes to running a farm business?
I think, and I say this all the time, so I'm a broken record, probably you are too in certain ways. There's still a continued disconnect with figuring out what it's costing to grow products. And just having a more healthy and realistic relationship with pricing, right? So most pricing just happens with, I'm just going to charge as much as the market will bear. And if by accident or a miracle, it all works out and you're totally making bank, that's super cool. But I hear more about people struggling on the financial side and not bringing home the kinds of income that they really want and they need to be truly sustainable. And I think it comes back to not having their mind around what is it really costing to grow any one item. People know what they spend on electricity or their cell phone or their website or plastic bags or fertilizer, but they have a really hard time getting each bunch of radishes to carry its little piece of overhead cost. That bunch of radishes has to pay for your website and has to pay for your truck insurance and has to pay for, right, workman's comp and all of that stuff. And so I think as business people, I think we are famously out to lunch, most of us in farming, by not knowing what it costs to grow any item, right? Can you imagine running a store where all you do is buy and sell stuff and you just make it up what you're going to sell everything for based on what you saw somebody else was doing down the street? That's not really how business is supposed to work, right? Business is buy it for one price, sell it for more, and cover your costs. So that's the drum I beat all the time.
It's that drum is going to play till the end of time.
Right, it's core.
It's, I think it's because farming has such a low barrier to entry relative to most businesses. You can get into farming cheaply. Yeah, I'm not saying you have to own the land, but you can get access to land. You start a store, you start a franchise, you're outlaying a huge amount of cash to do that, borrowing, credit, whatever it is. Like those businesses, a lot of times if it's a franchise, they're being managed by somebody who definitely knows the numbers and they're going to make sure you know your numbers when you get in or you're not getting it. Where it's like farming, I want to grow stuff, I'll start. And I've always found that farming skews, I want the lifestyle, I want to grow, and then the business kind of gets dragged along. I do that stuff because I have to or when I have to. Not because I want to. It's not like somebody's, man, I want to start a business. Let's figure out the optimized farm, and then I'll just get some grower to grow the stuff for me. I'm going to grow, and then let's shape this into a business around what we do. And you're right.
Exactly. And that's another angle or another way where I arrive at that same place, which is, hey, why don't you work with some other people who have different skill sets, right? So just like you say, most folks want to be the grower. They don't want to be the marketer and they don't want to be the bookkeeper and they don't want to figure out insurance. They don't want to do the back business stuff. They just want to be outside growing stuff. And so then that's when it's great to go find somebody who's really good at that stuff and put your talents together. Now you're going to get someplace. That's what I think. And I like to connect that idea to a little bit of our nostalgia for the days of the past before chemicals took over agriculture and everybody lived on the land still and farms were diversified and they grew vegetables and grain and cattle and pigs and chickens and all that stuff. And what's key about that fantasy, that backward looking fantasy, is there were multiple grown-ups on those farms. It wasn't one person with six enterprises. There were 10 grown-ups with six enterprises. And I think farmers nowadays think that they can have a really diversified multi-enterprise farm operation with one brain. And it just doesn't going to work. It's too many. You're not going to be great at any of them. You can't be a beekeeper and do wedding flowers and salad mix. Like those are three intensely different enterprises. And if you're going to try to do all three and you're the only manager, I suspect you're going to suck at all of them.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, it's that shiny object syndrome that
Yeah.
all this stuff is plagued with. It's fun because people want this escape from an intensively urbanifying environment, and they're like, well, I just want to go to the country and do it all. And like you said, you can't do it all well. Hello, growers. Say goodbye to heavy sandbags and hello to Modern Growers Quick Hoops Low Tunnels. Protect your plants from pests, wind, rain, and frost without the hassle of sandbags or flimsy hoops. Our patented design eliminates the need for clamps and ropes, while the unique wire system keeps covers secure yet easily accessible. Tested in the strong winds of New Zealand for over 20 years, Quick Hoops are light, strong, portable, and versatile. Most importantly, they're designed for field use. These aren't some lightweight system that only looks great in a greenhouse. Our hoops are designed to last in harsh field conditions. Use them with any covering to grow year-round and safeguard your crops. Shade cloth, frost blanket, insect net, clear poly, no problem. Quick Hoops can handle them. Get Quick Hoops today at shop.moderngrower.co and protect your crops for years to come.